Hi there, meteorologist Ryan Weekman in the WTOL 11 Weather Center. Let's talk your forecast on this Thursday. Or maybe you've stepped outside, looked out that window today and said, really? Are we sure that it's April? This is that week. We have one at least every April. That kind of leaves everybody a little frustrated saying, what happened to all that spring warmth we had? I thought we were supposed to be going up in temperatures. This is that kind of two-step forward, one-step back thing that happens every single spring. Don't worry, temperatures do trend warmer in my 10-day forecast. However, certainly not out there for today. At least we're done with the rainfall. Radar is quiet. It is imaginable that you could get a pocket of drizzle or something like that. Overall, though, just cloudy and overcast skies. Zoom up towards Adrian and Tecumseh here, and the reason I do that is look at what it looked like on the ground north of the border this morning. Got a great photo here of the snow on the cars and, of course, the grass from overnight where temperatures were just a little bit cooler here in northern Lenawee County. Snow did manage to fall, but in Lucas County in northwest Ohio, stayed just a couple of degrees too warm. As we were thinking, everything that fell was in the form of rainfall. Officially, out at Toledo Express Airport, picked up almost 0.6 of an inch of fresh rain just when we were beginning to dry out from the heavy rain of last week. This will kind of stall things out a little bit for us. That's one of the heavier rainfall totals I could find in the area. Port Clinton, you picked up a little more than a quarter of an inch of fresh rain yesterday as well. And as we pull the view back, here's what we see across the Great Lakes. Now, the setup here is our main area of low pressure that brought us the rain overnight is shifting off to the east. But we've got this sneaky low off across Wisconsin and Iowa. I think the rain that it's producing now largely dries up before reaching us, but it's going to keep those clouds locked into place through the afternoon and evening hours tonight. Our next best chance for some sunshine is going to be out there later in the day for tomorrow. Looking at the big picture here, the heat has shifted west after being in the eastern half of the U.S. the last couple of weeks. That's what gave us some of those strong rainfall events and severe weather events. High pressure off across the desert southwest here is where the heat is. And if you notice, I've put on the jet stream. This is showing the winds largely out of the north, which is obviously going to make it very difficult for the warmer air to transfer into the Great Lakes. So any chance for a warm up in the next, let's say 5 or 6 days is going to be very fleeting until we can reestablish a more consistent southerly wind. Look how much rain we've been talking about here this spring. We already knew it's been heavy. Now officially at 6.28 inches since the beginning of March. So it's been a very soggy season so far. Let's try that dry out thing once again, shall we? While tomorrow starts off cloudy, sunshine builds in for the second half of our Friday. You look ahead towards Saturday and Sunday, there you go, a little bit closer towards normal. Getting close to 60 is kind of where we should be for this time of the year. So anything in the 50s here, upper 50s that is pretty close to the target for the middle of April. Temperature-wise here, let's look at how we climb. Our hour-by-hour forecast keeps that northeast wind locked in through the day today. Tomorrow, maybe near 50. If we could end the day with some sunshine, wouldn't that be a nice little bonus to end the week? We've got to go for the small victories this week because we know we don't have any of the huge warm-ups in store for us the next couple of days. And then on Saturday, perhaps getting back well above 50, at least by a couple of degrees. Now, you look at the temperature trend through the middle of April. We're going to have a couple of times that temperature jumps up, but all indications are that things largely stay at or below average as we're basically chasing an increasing average high. By the end of our 10-day forecast, it's up into the mid-60s. So it's a moving target in this 10-day forecast. We've got one day here Monday, 68. That's the warmest day on the 10-day forecast. But again, without that sustained southerly wind, it's very hard for us to keep that heat locked into place. So temperatures will drop back down a bit here in this forecast and then build back up towards the Easter weekend. So something to perhaps look out for there, maybe some warmer temperatures. Good chance to dry out through the weekend with that warm up Monday later in the day. Does come a chance for some scattered rain showers, and you will see temperatures largely in the 50s eventually spiking into the 60s late next week. That's the latest on our forecast. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday.